Hi, I'm Betsy Sarcone with the Betsy Sarcone Real Estate Team at Keller Williams Greater Des Moines. I'm here today with our guest, David Bell, Vice President of Gertrude Mortgage, also a certified credit counselor. So first, we're going to talk about the 5 factors that affect your credit score. Okay, David, so you're an expert in the credit score arena. So let's talk about the top 5 factors that affect your credit score. And we actually have a cool visual for you too. So go ahead and talk about number 1.
Folks, everybody thinks there's only 2 things that affect their credit. They think making their payments on time, and they think having too many people pull their credit are the 2 biggest things. Truth be told, not the case. Yes, timely payment, as you can see on the handy dandy form here, 35% of your score, make your payments on time is important, but it's not nearly as big as most people think. They think it's like 50, 60, 70% of their credit. The reason being is they don't understand number 2, and that's why I did it in red. It's that credit card balances versus a credit card maximum allowable. Look at your individual credit card, see how much that maximum allowable is. If you have a credit card that's like a $1,000 credit card, if you're going above $300 on your balance consistently, that is hurting your credit by 30%, almost as much as if you went late on that credit card. So that's hugely important. And typically when we see people in the 680 credit scores, it's usually because they have a handful of credit cards that are too far high on the balance versus that maximum.
So let me stop you there. So on this one, so if somebody has a balance, we always think you have to pay it all the way off, but if you have multiple cards and you're kind of figure out where the money goes, you're saying that you're best off if you get all of them under the 30?
Under the 30%.
Okay.
In fact, we have seen where if you do carry a balance of about $10 on each card, staying below that 30% threshold, it does help versus the guy who just pays them off fully. So I hate paying interest, so I'd rather pay it off myself. I care less for the extra point here or there. But if you're seeing where, hey, I'm at below 700, maybe below 720, this is an easy way to fix your credit very, very quickly. Credit cards typically report every other month. And so if you can do this, you can see a swing in your credit score by quite a big jump in about 60 days, sometimes less than that.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. Number 3.
Longevity. The longer you do something, the better you get at it. The longer you make your payments on time and keep those balances low, the stronger this factor is going to kick in. It's kind of like that extra little ancillary boost that you get when you're making your payments on time and you keep your balances low. Hugely important. Credit mixture. That's just having a good mix of accounts. The guy who walks in with 20 credit cards who's never had a mortgage, bad mix. The guy who has a bunch of mortgages who doesn't use credit cards, you can have a bad mix there. And I see that oftentimes when I teach the Dave Ramsey financial peace class. We don't believe in credit cards, but you'll have a mortgage and you can see where that one factor will ding you. It's not huge, it's only 10%, which would equal to maybe 5 points. So be mindful, it's not a big deal. Just like this last one, credit inquiries. When you have a hard credit pull, when a lender goes and takes a look at your credit report, they're gonna take a look and it's going to be a ding. But you're talking maybe 5 points here or there. Truth be told, it's not a huge amount. So do your due diligence and have lenders take a look. You just don't want to have a bunch of people over a long period of time do it. That's when you can start seeing some dings to your credit over the long period. Do it in a concise period of time, less than a month. Check with a couple different reputable lenders.
Cool. Okay, so now we've worked with quite a few people jointly who maybe come to me and say, I want to buy a house, and you need to work with them for a little bit to get the credit up. So what's the typical or average time frame it takes to work with somebody to be able to buy a house?
It's a little bit of science and a little bit of art, and it depends a little bit on what they have the ability to put towards the debt. So paying down those credit cards, if they're living paycheck to paycheck right now, sometimes it's sitting down and looking at that budget and putting it together. But we have seen anywhere from a drastic change in less than 30 days, sometimes 60. Sometimes you have to put together your plan depending on how arduous that situation is. But if they're willing to do it, we're willing to help them out, teach them, and guide them through the way.
Okay, awesome. Any last tips for people?
Make sure you make those payments on time. That is important. It's just not nearly as important. Look at each one of those individual credit cards because it's not a combined, it's per card. That's what you're taking a look at. One credit card, $1,000, you gotta stay below $300.
Okay, awesome.
Right.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, David. I hope this information was valuable to everyone. You can reach out to us. Our information's on the screen. Either David or myself is happy to talk with you and come up with a plan so you can purchase your home. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.